All right, welcome back to the Ducati build, which I think is going to be the final video. So we have both the fairings built with both of the upper and lower wings. So we need to go on step 36 and attach the side cowlings with the little screws. So we're going to do that real quick. Even though most likely when I display it, I'll probably have the cowlings off, but just to get it all complete, like they say, we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4 of the little silver screws. Special note here on the directions, you have a lever here, and it's just pointing out that the cowling needs to go behind that. So that's what we did. So we're going to grab one of these little silver screws, and it decided to grab several. It actually grabbed 4, exactly what we need. So measure those, make sure they're the right ones, and we're going to make sure the holes are lined up. Put the little screw in there. And since I'm not a big fan of having the screws, I don't know, look like screws, I'm probably going to take some semi-gloss black and just paint the tips of those just so they kind of disappear into the paint itself. All right, we are back from paint. We have our mirrors touched up and ready. And so we need our mirror decals, more like stickers. And we need our clear parts, which are E10 and E11. So we'll just grab these. So we have all the parts that we need. We went ahead and painted these silver at the same time. That's F9 and F8. So we'll clean these little silver parts up. So we got all parts cleaned up, I believe. I love having gloves on because it protects the parts, but I hate having gloves on because they don't fit me that well, and I have to move the plastic or the latex out of the way sometimes. All right, so those are all done. So let's start with F4, which is this one. It says we're going to drop F8 in there. I'm just test fitting to make sure everything's going to be perfect. And then it says that our glass just goes right on top. And all of that fits like a really nice glove. Okay, so now we'll just knock them back out. And we'll get some glue down in there. Just using a little bit of super glue in these small areas. Doesn't need a lot. All right, I'm gonna try a little trick I learned a while ago. I'm gonna use a little future floor polish. Since I don't want these to fog and I don't want these to get mucked up by glue, I'm going to take the future and I'm just gonna paint around the edges that the lens is actually going to touch. And then, oh my gosh. And I'm just going to slide this on. And although it won't dry all that fast, it'll dry clear. And when it dries, it'll bond those two together. Okay, that is one. So we're going to do the other one. All right. Those two are done. hold that in place until that glue sets in. We're going to attach the silver decals, stickers, sorry, metal transfers. So we're going to grab these. We're going to try to grab these. And we're going to peel back. There's a film on these. Okay. It wants to be difficult. Grab it, trying not to bend it. And now let's figure out which one this one goes on. Nope. So it goes on this one. So just align it. Press it down. Just press down on the edges, but you don't want to press so hard that you'll scratch it. So that one's on. Now we'll grab this other one very softly around the edges. Just press on it, and just like that, we have two little mirrors. So I will get ready to mount these on. Be right back. All right, now it's time to put the mirrors on. There's a little notch in the mirror with a corresponding little part. So just have to get it in there. And after 30 seconds, gently let go. And you have a mirror. So I'm going to try to do the other one and hopefully have just as much luck with that. All right. And we have our mirrors on. Which are going to be extremely fragile whenever you have to transport this thing. So I will call that step done, and we'll be right back for 39. All right, we are on step 39, the final assembly, where we are attaching the license plate stay. So we will be needing F17, F18, two clear parts, E6, both called E6, so that's good. E8, which we have to paint, I believe it's clear red, LP52, which LP52 is clear red. So I am going to go shoot that right there. I'm going to shoot that, LP52. Cut off that little part right quick. And then while that's drying, we will glue F17 and F18 together and get ready to paint those chrome silver X11, which I'm just going to use LP48 sparkling silver. So, oh, we also have D49 and D50, which are little foot pegs for a passenger, and I believe those are painted. LP72, which is mica silver. So I will be painting all those parts, and I'll be right back. This is it. This is it. This is it. This is what we've been working at for how many months, how many days, how many hours, but I've enjoyed it. So we're on the final step. So we're on step 39. I went ahead and glued those two pieces together. I painted the taillight red, clear red. So that is ready. We need these two clear pieces here, E6, two of them. So that sprue is done. All right, so we also need this little license plate F7, which we will have to put a decal on. I may have to take my gloves off, because I can't really hold these. One thing I did forget to do was paint the chrome silver where these lights are gonna go. So we'll do that real quick. And I'll bore you with watching me, or I'll edit it out, whichever. I'm gonna use sparkling silver LP48. It's a good chrome substitute for using Molotov, whatever you call it, because it dries faster, which means you can handle it quicker. So it says to paint these little areas right here chrome, so that way inside of there can reflect when you put the clear lights on. Make sure I don't get any on the edge, which I did, which now means I'll have to come back after it's glued and hit it with a little bit of semi-gloss black. That one I did better on. All right, so that is done. All right, here we go. Final assembly. That is painted silver in preparation for the lights. That has been glued together, F17, F18. So now we are going to add this light. If I can pick it up, we're gonna add this light to right there. So we're gonna add some glue right to that area. We're gonna grab that light right there. And then now it's got us doing 2 more lights, both E6. All right, gloves are coming off. Gotta do it. Can't grab the stuff I need. Heck, I can't even see the stuff I need. These things are so clear and so small. All right, so it goes right there. Okay, so we know where it goes. So we are going to, I'm not going to be able to hold it like that. So I'm just going to utilize a little super glue. And we're just going to touch the edges all the way around. Not too much, just enough. I'm going to get it right again. And that one goes there. And we're going to do the same thing over here. Don't need a lot, just need to go around that edge. Just so it has something to grab. Drop it on there, let go. And just like that, we have 2 lights and a brake light. So the last thing to put on is this DUCATI license plate apparatus. And it didn't want to set for some reason. So we're just gonna let it dry like that. And while that is drying, we will attach the little foot pegs right here and right here. So we are going to do we're going to do number 49 first. 49 goes on. So it goes right in, I'm trying to find it here, right in that little hole right there. So it's just going to go right like that. So I'm going to drip it a little bit in there. So that will dry on there. I'm looking at all these little parts that are probably going to break off anytime I pack it up to take it to a show. So just like every good model builder always brings a gallon of super glue with them when they go to compete at a show. And we'll do the other one. Same as the first. Just let it glue, let it set up in there. And we will be right back. All right, guys, we are down to the last 2 decals to finish up this model kit, which are the DUCATI name on the fuel tank. I am not finding where some other decals go. I'm missing the license plate decal. There's 2 extra large DUCATI decals. So it's just kind of interesting. I don't see where to put those, but we will put them in my spares box, so that way they are around if the need ever arises. So I have this sitting off to the side because I just didn't want to be messing with the bike decaling and knock off one of the mirrors or something like that. So we're just gonna leave that off to the side. But while we wait for these decals to be ready, I just wanna, again, thank you guys for watching. I started this back in probably mid-November, and I did 2 video builds, so that's what it took a little bit of time. I appreciate you guys hanging in there and watching it with me, for those of you that have. So thanks for subscribing to my channel and following me on this journey. I'm having a blast doing it. I love building models, and this just puts me in touch with more people with the same mindset. So thanks again, and we'll finish up this decaling, and I'll clear the bench and get ready for my next build, which is the Tacom Apache, which I hope to start. Today is Friday, the 12th of May, which happens to be my son's birthday. He's 26 today. And so hopefully this weekend, Mother's Day weekend, I can start the Tacom. And then this will also get to compete for the first time May 20th in Knoxville. We have a model show, an IPMS, I think it's a regional, in Knoxville that weekend. So we're just gonna lay that right in here. The only thing I would suggest, and I should have done this, is this decal should have been applied when I was doing the tank and clear coating, so it would be clear coated as well. For some reason, I just assumed if it needed a decal, it would say it in that stage instead of at the end of the directions when it says, here, you need a Ducati logo up here. So it tells you at the very end on the wrap-up where it shows you. Okay. Okay, so that takes care of that. So we'll let those dry, and we'll wrap up putting that on. I'll take some final pictures of it and post that on the video as well. Thanks, guys. We'll see you for the Apache.